Okay, so I think the story of Judaism, Torah, Kabbalah, anything having to do with the story begins with your average Joe walking down the street. And your average Joe, let's say he finds a chair sitting there in the middle of the street. We were to ask average Joe, gut response, where did this chair come from? So there are a number of answers this guy could give. You could say the chair fell off a truck or a car. You could say that it came from IKEA. You could say that it came from China. All sorts of possibilities. What he's not going to tell you, though, is that the chair just popped out of nowhere. Right? He's not going to say that because the chair is something that is in the finite, and meaning that it is within the bounds and limitations of time and space. And anything in the finite, we can know two things about it. We can know, number one, from nothing, nothing comes. And we can know, number two, nothing finite can create itself. Right? The chair can't pop out of nowhere, and the chair cannot bring itself into existence. Right? Let's take something else that's finite, for example. Right? Let's take you. Right? You are in certainly the side that we perceive is in the finite, is in those limitations of time and space. So that means already we can know two things about you. We can know, number one, from nothing, nothing comes. Number two, nothing finite can create itself. So it's not a matter of faith or belief, but I can know just by looking at you that you have or had parents. Right? Or you're created in a lab by some scientists, or you're a test tube baby, all sorts of possibilities. Let's assume for now that you have parents. Right? Now these parents, also in the finite, right? Also in the realm of time and space. So that means already we can know two things about them. From nothing, nothing comes. Nothing finite can create itself. It's not a matter of faith or belief, but we can know that there can be no other logical alternative other than the idea that there's something, other than the idea that you have or had grandparents. Right? And of course this chain goes all the way back. And if we take this chain all the way back to the first person, or if you want to include evolution for now, the first ape-like being, the first monkey, the first amoeba, the first cell, the first gas, that first microscopic finite thing, so small that you need a super duper microscope in order to see it. And if we were to ask, okay, about that original finite thing, okay, where does that come from? So then again, even though we can't see it with our eye, right, it's still in the finite, it's still in those limitations, it's still in the realm of time and space. And therefore we can know two things about it. We know from nothing, nothing comes. Nothing finite can create itself. So it's not a matter of faith or belief, but we can know that there can be no other logical alternative other than the idea that there's something that's outside the laws of the finite, something that's outside the laws of time and space, which created time and space and that which is in it. And this is what we call in Judaism the infinite. The infinite. Let's be careful what we're saying, because we're saying nothing more than what it's not. Infinite, that which is not finite, that which is beyond the limitations of time and space. And in Judaism, of course, this is the idea of what we mean by God.